I can wait until commercial appears, to be honest. I don't have the YouTube premium or whatever, I'm just a student. Hello everyone, my name is Yeva and welcome back to my channel, which I create this summer, and for some reason I decided to record videos, and I literally filmed like 3 or 4 videos and after that I stopped, and it's been like 3 months I haven't done anything for this YouTube channel, so I decided to come back. The reason is why I didn't appear on this channel is study. So this YouTube channel is usually like relaxing therapy for me. Sometimes I just like to write down all of the notes and structure of the video and just sit in front of my phone and look at me, not in the camera, like specifically like look at me, myself, in the reflection, in the screen, and I don't know, just enjoy the gossip, just enjoy the conversation between me and the smartest person ever, which is me. In this video I would like to share some results which I achieved in this year, this 2024. I suddenly decided to record this video, so I just found in my pocket this receipt and decided to put some notes, which I usually do before I start recording. What's going on so far in my life? The only thing I can say that all of my friends just gone for Christmas celebrations and holidays and left me alone here. Basically, I just booked my ticket, buy my bus ticket on 25th of December, which is actual Christmas. But what can I say? In Ukraine right now, we not really celebrate any kind of holidays, so Christmas is not that important, I would say, for my family right now. And that's why I booked the ticket on 25th, so 13 hours later, before that's exactly how much hours I usually spend for a trip to Moldova, I finally gonna meet my family. It's been 3 months. Finally, the study stops. We have 2 weeks of break from school. After that, our session of exams gonna start. That's a bit weird that in Europe you usually have like your exams like after the New Year's holidays and stuff, because you like chill with your family, you of course forget about everything you've been studying for the whole semester, and after the end of the January you just like, okay, I have 3 exams, I have 2 big presentations, and I have this amount of information to learn, and it's just insane. We have different structure in Ukraine, I would say. So usually we like study semester, we finish our exams and stuff, and after we started celebrating finally. I love this vibe, to be honest. Before I started recording, I didn't have this and I didn't have any candles, so I decided to go to the market, which is like 5 minutes away from home, and I just bought it because it was cheap, and now it looks much more better than it was before, and I'm so grateful for that. Anyway, how do I feel about this year? To be honest, it's been a lot of stuff going on. This year it showed like some new sides of mine which I never opened for myself, and it's actually show like the sides which I would never believe I have those. Also, in this year, I turned out 20 years old. Guys, years old. I'm old right now. It's a bit sad. It's a bit sad and crazy and a little bit more scary. I don't know what to do with my life, guys. Please help. Where am I? I'm still living in Romania. I'm an international student from Ukraine, and I'm on my 2nd year of journalism specialty. I'm just trying to live in those moments and enjoy almost every moment of my life. Now I want to get back to the beginning of the year and show a bit more how it's actually started. First, my year started from session of exams, obviously, and I'm not gonna say like too many stuff about it because like literally I passed all of my exams. So let's start with my achievements. The first goal which I achieved and which I really like grateful for. Are you for real gonna like just making that noise for the whole video? Let's wait a bit. Okay. So I was saying the biggest goal I achieved in this year, it's gonna sound so cheesy, but it's actually my best friends who I found actually in the beginning of the year 2024, and I'm really grateful for them. You cannot even imagine how I was begging. I don't know what, but for the last years I'm abroad and I was feeling alone, even though I was living with family. But you know, it's different kind of loneliness when you just don't have your people. You just don't have people to communicate with, like outside of the family, you know. And I found those guys, and I'm so grateful for them. The first time we met, actually those are my classmates, but the first impression of them, you know, I would say weird. One of my friends, she's outdoor, she's like artist, she's the smartest person in our class, and I would never believe, to be honest, that I would ever be like, not friends, not the best friends, but just people like to communicate with, you know. She was nice, she was simple, but at the same time, for some reason, she was like close, she was covering herself from others. Mysterious. And another girl who thought I am cancer sick girl. And let me tell you the story, how I actually started this friendship, how we actually started this friendship. January 2024. And I went with my two classmates, different ones, to get a beer before the exams. And one of my classmates, he's like very old. Nick, no offense, but you know you are. He's just like, you know, grown up one, not like me who just started this life. And we were drinking, and I was kind of not complaining, but I was just sharing my feelings, how I feel about what's going on in my life. I was sharing how bad I feel that I don't have anybody to talk with. I feel alone, I feel not complete, you know? For some reason I was scared to talk to people, like most probably because of my language level and because maybe they wouldn't like to talk to me, I don't know, many reasons. And the thing he was saying, Yeva, do you know those two girls? Because actually my now best friends, they was kind of together. They started like getting along faster than I with them. He was like, look at those guys. They're pretty good girls, whatever. You just need to try to get along with them. That's fine. Like, I think you should try. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel so stupid because like those girls, they're like the smartest in the class. Literally, I'm saying that one of my friends, she's like, know everything about politics. Like, literally ask her anything. She's gonna be like debate about anything. Like, she knows all stuff related to politics. And she likes it, that's why. And another girl, she's like, again, artist. She's like super into the job, you know? She's super hardworking. She came from Philippines and she got all of this job done, like, you know, like that. And I'm like, damn, I'm just fucking refugee from Ukraine. You know, I'm not that smart. Like, I'm gonna feel stupid with those girls. And my classmate, he was like, don't say that. You're not stupid. You're not anything. Like, don't even say it ever again. That's just doesn't make any sense because you just have different backgrounds. You never even try. Just give it a try, whatever. And in the same evening when I was drinking, I met those guys. For some reason, they also came to that bar where we were sitting, and my classmates, like the guys, they left, and the girls, they came, and we just started talking. And I wasn't really open to them at first time because like I didn't know them at all. But I got something. I got, you know, like the hope inside me that okay, maybe that's the thing. I just need to open more, but not today. I'm not ready for that. Literally after 1 week, we started going clubbing as, you know, as crazy. March was super intensive. We were clubbing almost every week. And we get along. Not just because we're alcoholics or something. No, it's not even a thing. It's just, we just had a lot of fun together. Not even when we were drinking, you know. It was just, we were going here and there, and we were studying together, and we were doing that together, this together. And I've never were tired of them, you know. And we started like being more open, and at the end of the year, like in May, on one of my friend's birthday, we went to Budapest, which was very, very, very like, I just realized who those people are, you know what I mean? Like when you go through some hard times, you just realizing like who you are actually. Are you able to help somebody? Do you like this person when he's communicating like that during the harsh times? Or what kind of moves they do when you going through like rough stuff? And I realized that actually those people are my people. They help me a lot. For example, one of my friends, so I've been staying in Cămin. I still staying in Cămin, and Cămin is the dorms in Romania. How the dorm life works? When you're getting the dorm place, you're living there for 9 months. It's little like the beginning of semester and the end of the second semester. And during summer, you might have a place in the dorms if you can apply it one more time. But you only, if you, for example, have like work, if you have a job, if you have like volunteering at the faculty, something specific like that. If you don't have any of those, you just not staying. You're not allowed to stay there. So I went through that situation when I was trying to get a job and I didn't, and I was trying to volunteering, but I was volunteering not with the faculty but with other association, and it wasn't working as a key for the dorm, which is why I didn't get a place. And one of my friends, she let me live at her place for a whole summer, and she didn't even say like anything about whatever, that I'm coming with my 3 million bags and my suitcases and all of my stuff. She's like, yes, of course you can live there. How does that person, which I wasn't even considered my best friend in that moment, because we've been like knowing each other less than a year, and we started being friends for like 2 months or 3 months, I don't know. And this person already like, yes, of course you can live in my place. That meant a lot. You can't even imagine how big was that in that moment for me. It was big, it was huge. And that's why I decided, oh my god, this girl, oh my god, no. She's gonna be with me forever because I love her and I'm really grateful for all of those stuff she does for me. And you can't even imagine that. I wish you all friends as my friends are. Okay, let's talk a bit more about summer. I already mentioned that I moved to apartment even though after the summer ends, I moved back to Cămin because I get a place, and I'm really grateful because sometimes, you know, you can feel that pressure that like it's not your place. Like you're very grateful for that, but you still feel like you own somebody to that person because like that's super big anyway. And during summer, I've been traveling a lot. I didn't even realize that. It was just like that. It was super unexpected. For example, I went to Moldova, where my parents living, and I mean, I knew I was going there because of course I need to meet my parents. But after Moldova, I suddenly realized that I want to go to Ukraine for a few days. I felt more like even more scared to go to Ukraine than I felt last year, like the year before. I don't know, it's just the thing is like when you get used to the new life in Europe, which is safe, which is, I don't know, different completely, you know? And you're just going back to your old life, which is Ukraine. You started feeling anxiety, or you're just scared. So I went to Ukraine because obviously I wanted to see my family members, I want to see my grandparents and some of my friends who are still there. And I went, and it was really good. I really enjoyed that. Even though I went alone, I'm trying to do it every year, like going to Ukraine and just check. After which I went to Tunisia. Again, it was such an unexpected decision. I wanted to go to Turkey so bad. And my mom, she was like searching for hot tours, you know what I mean? They mentioned that they have flights tomorrow, for example, and it's super cheap. And my mom found out that they have like such a trip to Tunisia. And we've been looking for the pictures on their site, and they was looking very good. And we decided to go. So we went there. Turns out those pictures on the site was super old, like 20 years or 15 years. And the hotel was looking completely different, like very old and stuff. But I really, even though the food wasn't good enough, the water from the sink was tasted like a milk. And they didn't have like the actual clean water, like you're not allowed to drink it. For example, in Europe, in some countries, you can drink that water. For example, here in Romania, I can simply drink it from the sink. In Tunisia, it's part of Africa. People are pretty poor. That's why they're using water from the sea in their sinks and their shower, bathtubs, whatever. Which was a bit shocking, and I wasn't being able to take a proper shower for 7 days. Like I literally was showering with salty water, milky taste, which was pretty insane. But you know what? I don't care anymore. I can get used to any stuff from now on. So, but I really enjoyed the nature, the temperature, the exotic vibe. It was super hot, like almost 40 something degrees, but the nature was insane. Those flowers, the cactuses, I don't even know like how to explain it. Those pictures I took with my sister and by myself, and that tent which I got, it was super insane, and I really enjoyed that. And I've been swimming for a whole time. I mean, first 3 days I wasn't, because obviously I have my fucking female days. But after that, I wasn't getting out of the sea like for hours. It was insanely warm and like just, you know, comfortable. Before the second year of my study started, me and my friend, my best friend, we decided to go to Italy. And because the tickets at the beginning of the year were super cheap, 20 euro, something like this, I don't remember the prices, but it was super cheap. Like going to Milan for that amount of money, that's insanely cheap, I think. And we were booked the hostel for students. We went on a trip to Milano for 2 days. It was insanely good. I had a lot of fun. I got drunk as I never been before. For me, this experience, this trip showed no matter what's going on, you can drink whatever how much you like, how much you feel, even though it's not good for you, but whatever, you're a student, you have your experiences, but never drink too much before your flight, like the night before, you know? Let me tell you the story. We went to Milano and we went to all those fancy stuff. We were trying different food. We got that pasta. We were drinking a lot of wine because it's cheap there. It's cheaper than usual water. We went to that jazz bar, which was very good. That's why we went there twice. Like literally 2 nights we were staying there. 2 nights we've been at that jazz pub. And first night was pretty nice. Wasn't drinking too much, just, you know, to see how is it going. But second night we went to that jazz pub. We got the most ridiculous drinks ever. I don't remember the name of the drink, but my friend got like something mix of different alcohol in her glass, and she barely finished it. I don't even know why we finished our drinks. Probably just because they were like very expensive. And I got margarita. You know what is margarita? You better don't know. No, don't try it in Milano, swear to God. Maybe I just the person who is not into margarita, but one of my friends who actually tried that before, she said, that's not a good one. That's not good margarita. And after this drink, literally one and only, no, actually not only, after this drink, I got drunk as, and after which we started becoming like more happy, you know, more funny, whatever. We decided to go to another bar. Of course, we're in Milan. Last night, what we're gonna do? We have the flight. It's 7 a.m. and we need to wake up at 4. Of course, during the night we're gonna drink, obviously. So we went to the bar and we were drinking martini, and also we were drinking our wine, which we bought from Lidl for less than €1. And we were just mixing those stuff as crazy. I mean, for example, I was mixing stuff. And from the last bar, because it was very popular, guys, if you're planning to go to Milan, go to Mom's Bar. It's called something like this, or Mom's Cafe or Mom's Bar. Just check it on Milan, in Milano's map. That's very popular. We didn't know, but it's very, very cheap. Literally everybody, like every student, every international people just there. It was super crowded when we went there, but it was really nice. And we actually got a chance to steal glasses from there. And when we went back to the hostel, I got completely drunk. Like, I was sleeping, and we woke up at 4 because we knew that we supposed to buy another ticket, like bus ticket to the airport, because it's like 1 hour between the hostel and the airport. And we're supposed to go there early, whatever. And when I woke up, I realized that I want to, you know, but I couldn't because I didn't eat it like much. Even though I ate big plate of pasta, which is like 500 grams or even more, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. And I felt so sick during the bus trip to the airport. And the worst thing ever, it was like the flight back to Romania from Italy. I can't describe how bad I was feeling. I was sitting in the middle between two men, and one of them like was the teenage guy, which pretty like puffy and fat, and another person, he was just old. And I was sitting, and my face was green color. The flight wasn't that long, but I was feeling every second of it. I was literally like, when it's gonna finish? I cannot even move, I don't know. And we went back, and I'm like, I'm never gonna drink again like that, crazy like that. And from now on, if I'm drinking and going out, hanging out with my friends, I'm literally drinking the same alcohol all the time for the whole night. I'm not mixing. Actually, no, I'm mixing sometimes, but not more than 2 drinks. For example, I can mix vodka and tequila, that's fine. But if I'm mixing gin, vodka, tequila, and actually I did it on my birthday. Okay, my birthday is another situation, but now I'm saying about proper grown-up decisions. So yeah, my advice, don't mix too many stuff. Beer doesn't count like alcohol, to be honest. After our semester started, I don't know, I just went to my study, nothing interesting to be honest, but at the same time, some interesting stuff actually going on because I'm studying journalism and we have like a lot of practice stuff. So on my practice, which called internship, 90 hours per semester I should get, I started doing a radio show with another of my friends and also 2 more people. That was interesting. Because the idea of the radio show got person from Erasmus, the guy from France, who came to study 1 semester and now he actually came back to France. And he created that show, and I just was trying to help him. And after all, it turns out to a big, very interesting. It's not an advertisement, but just letting you know that every Thursday when the celebrations I'll be gone, at 1 p.m. Stud Wave show, please, ubbradio.com. Just search it on the internet and live, and 1 p.m. me and my friend talking about international students and how how it feels like to be international student and live in Cluj. We presenting news, we presenting events in which going on in Cluj. We just talking about different stuff, and also we invited guests, actual international students from different countries every week, and that's kind of nice. Which is sometimes it's just annoying because members of our radio show, I wouldn't call it like the best team ever in my life, and with who I would like to work in the future for the rest of my life ever. Like, you know, it's not that kind of a group. It's not that kind of a team. Even though my friend working with me, but sometimes I just get tired. Not because of my friend. My friend, I'm tired. Sometimes I'm tired of her because we just had too many stuff together, like to do. Because later in a moment I'm gonna tell you about our photo shoots. She's a photographer, and I'm just a chill girl, and we do some photo shoots together with other people, but in a moment. But also here is other people who just annoying as fuck. Not anymore, by the way, because I think in the second semester we're gonna continue our show, but with no people who annoying me so bad. About photo shoot, right? So last year, me and my friend, she was doing the photo shoots, and I was kindly asked her if she needs help or something, because I simply didn't have much stuff to do, and I would just like to hang out with her, so I was just helping her with photo shoots at the backstage scenes. At the beginning of the semester, we decided to continue this because we had, first of all, we had the and still having the assignment to create a social media and develop it and have at least 200 followers and like some likes and whatever, communication between people, followers, whatever. But just because we're doing this project together, two of us, our this assignment criteria is double, so we're supposed to have 400 followers and like more likes or whatever. So we decided to create an artistic page with the photo shoot we made. At the beginning we started doing a lot of shoots with different people, and the last shoot actually was huge. We were making it at the faculty of biology in the courtyard, and there were like 8 models and 4 actual professional photographers. Me, who was at the background with the backstage scene, whatever. If you live in Cluj and you want to make very artistic photo shoot, just go to Randulici account, or just go to my Instagram down below, and yeah, just check it through my account. Okay, good. I talked a lot about my friends. Now let's talk about my private love life. Let me tell you about my first date ever. Happened to me this year, which is insane. I'm literally 20 years old and I only now got my first date ever in my life. I met this person at the international student event with different cultural food. It was really nice. And now on, I'm realizing that actually I met this person before. Sometimes I'm checking the pictures or stories I made, and I'm like, wait, this person literally standing like mirror in the mirror of me, like, you know? And I'm like, wait, we met before. I just never talked to him. So yeah, we met at that international event, how I said, and nothing really happened, nothing really went. And we were talked a bit about, you know, nothing. And after few days, he's like, oh, do you want to go on a date? Do you want to go to the restaurant, eat some food, restaurant? Of course I was scared, but I said yes. Because I knew that it was my chance to finally find somebody. I don't know. I'm that delusional, I know, guys, I know. So I went, I chose the place. We went to the pasta house or whatever it's called, and we ordered that super cute dishes like the pasta with shrimps, and we were talking and talking and talking and talking, and I realized that person pretty old. Pretty old. I was 19 at that moment. The only thing which was bothering me that before the date, I was asking him how old are you, and he would never tell me about it. Like, he never mentioned anything. He was just skipping to another topic, which was weird and stupid. And yeah, of course I was telling it to my group chat with my friends and like, what the fuck? And they told me like, yeah, well, he's just old and he wouldn't like you to be scared about it and just let him. And that's why I gave him the chance, because like I really wanted to go on a date and figure out how old is he. So I figured and I realized that, you know what, nah, that's why. The thing even wasn't about his age. This person wasn't like serious enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna be serious enough in 8 or 10 years as well, but at least I hope I'm gonna have some goals in life, you know? That's what just scared me as shit. Like, I would give him a chance if he would have like something, you know? You know what I mean? Like, it's not only about, yes, he is a student, he's still a student, and he kind of does a job, but just something missing. He doesn't have like, what's going on next, because like you're already, you know, in this point, you have to think about something, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm thinking like that because I'm just a student, and when I'm gonna finish my study, which is next year, I'm also gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna be like with young men who are just started studying and not being responsible at all. Hopefully not. During this evening, I had this feeling before I met him at that restaurant. I had this feeling like I would like to cancel it, to be honest. I don't feel right. And when I met him, he said, I feel sick. That's what he said. I feel sick, and I being honest with you, I wanted to cancel today's meeting. And I'm like, something going on wrong. So after I finished eat our food and finish our wine, he started telling me about his presentation. He haven't finished, but he has this presentation due tomorrow and he hasn't finished it, but he went to the date, whatever. And I'm like, okay, we should go early, blah blah blah. And this person who is sick saying to me, oh, do you want to grab some drinks and go to my place? Even though I have presentation tomorrow. The thing is, it's not about the presentation, it's about like, guy, what the fuck are you doing? What are you trying to do? I'm literally 19. I'm literally 19. My phone suddenly told me that I have no memory, so I'm supposed to send my videos to the computer and waiting for half an hour until they finish loading, and after I can actually delete video I just create on my phone. So now we're gonna continue. Where was I? So yeah, this guy was kind of weird because second ago he's like, oh, I didn't feel like going. After we finished our pasta, we finished the drinks and he had to finish the presentation this evening. He's like, do you wanna go? Do you wanna hang up at my place? You're 27. Literally, when I was 16, he was 26. Wait, no. 24. Not good. Not 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Another boy I met recently. He's also from, by the way, the date guy, he was from Nigeria. And this guy, he was also like from some part of Africa. And I didn't went with him anywhere yet because I don't know what he's thinking. Like, I was asking him to go to my radio show. How I mentioned before earlier, we started doing that radio show about international students. And he was like one of the guests. I was thinking like that. Like 3 weeks ago we met, I guess. And I was texting him like, okay. And he was agreed, like, okay, yes, I'm gonna go. And the day when actually we're supposed to record, because usually we pre-record guest interviews so we can edit like some boring stuff, and after we include this pre-recorded interview to the actual live show, live radio show. So I was inviting him, because can you imagine if we would invite him on our live show and he wouldn't come? That would be insane. It's like blocked already, but now he's not here. He's not on this point yet, but he's about to, I can tell. So this guy is a sportsman, he does rugby, whatever thing, and he didn't come to the interview because he said that, oh, I might be a bit late for some reason, and I'm like, okay, you can be late for 15 minutes, that's fine, 20 minutes, okay. 4:50, almost an hour later, I'm like, okay, I'm canceling the interview. It's been a while. No, please stop. And only after 1 or 2 hours later, he's like, I'm so sorry, apologizing. So he was trying to invite me somewhere, to give me flowers or whatever, to invite to drink something. And I'm like, Nubine, no thanks, don't worry about it, that's okay. And after I met this guy, literally like last week, I met him at the karaoke and I was talking to him. We were talking just about the situation and how bad he's feeling and how he would like fix it and how he would invite me somewhere. And we got drunk and we after the karaoke we went to the club, and he was so like, oh yo man, you know what, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, if you would like to give me flowers like you mentioned in your message, or you want to invite me to the place you would like to go with me, whatever, just be more specific about it. Don't be like, you do it because of the gesture, because of the nice, you're not interested in me, you know? If you're not interested in me, like, if you feel like it just gonna get the situation better, no, it won't. And if you would actually like to give me some flowers, you would actually just bring it to me, literally. But not this type of person. He's like ignoring every message because he's super busy with his sport, and no, he never in the Instagram. I mean, I understand those people, but sometimes they're just annoying. So yeah, this person, he's just, I would really like, I would say it's kind of my type, but not really my personality, like my personality type, not at all. Because he's super loud. It's kind of okay, but it's nothing about him, nothing inside. Literally, he's just having fun all the time. Why am I talk like that? I don't even have it in my plan, in my structure. Anyway, guys, we'll see. Stay tuned for the future updates. And let me tell you about another guy, the last one, which I met like also almost a month ago. I met this guy. He's from Turkey. He's a photographer, and we met just because of his documentary movie about Ukraine. He studied the documentary film. He was preparing movie about Ukraine. He went to Ukraine actually, which is insane. And I was helping him to like do some stuff. I was talk to him about giving him some advices. When he went there, and he initially supposed to be at Kiev, he went there and he's like, I probably not gonna stay there for a long time because he's not dangerous. Here is not dangerous enough, so I'm gonna go to different city like Kharkiv. And he went there, and in a few hours, or like the next day he went back, which was also weird. Like he couldn't find anything useful for him. And after we met at the photo shoot with all of those people. Remember I was mentioning that we had like big ass photo shoot with many photographers and many models. So this was the moment I met him the second time. He was as a photographer. After that he invited me to go with him to have dinner, whatever, because we were tired a lot. We spent 5 hours on this photo shoot outside. It was pretty cold, and yeah, so we were talking and he was asking me those personal questions. I don't know, I feel like that's his culture, to be so into, you know, friendly, open, more than friendly, more than open. And I remember I started watching videos just to make sure that he does stuff like usual Turkish people does, like that openness is fine, or he's not just some kind of a weirdo, it's just fine. So I agreed when I watched some videos, and I asked on some forums, not asked, but I just read some forums, and they actually like, yeah, that happened like that, exactly. Those openers spending money on you, make sure you're fine, walk you home. He's such a nice guy. How my friends usually say, he's such a nice guy, I'll give him a chance. But I'm realizing that probably nice guys is not my type at all. I just feel awkward. After that, we went to some other places together. After all, I just gave him a friend zone sign, but that was interesting. It was interesting. We're still communicating. Hello, if you are here for some reason, thank you for watching. Put like, and then continue the video. And I didn't tell you about my summer part-time job, which was insanely hard. Okay, let me tell you what I was doing in that part-time job. So it's kind of community, was based in Ukraine, and the people with these old cameras, biggest cameras, do pictures on the street of people and printed out the newspapers with their picture, but also it looks like a newspaper, and under the picture they have like some text, some information about the city. Depends of which city they are doing this shit. So I found those people on the street as well. They took a picture of me. I was like, oh, picture, okay, and I started talking in English. And they're like, oh, we Ukrainian community, like blah blah blah. It's a volunteering, like charity. Somebody like you should give initially. You should give like some amount of money. And I started speaking in Ukrainian, like, oh, okay, that's a job. That's a job. Do you need workers? Do you need helpers? I'm up to anything. Please let me know because I'm looking for a job. And the guy who was making pictures, he was like, okay, and he gave me the number, and that's how I started working there. 3 or 4 hours per day, not that much, I know. The best time was the third shift, which started from 6. At least in that time it wasn't that hot, but if you're staying at the first shift or second shift, which is like 35 degrees outside, and you're literally standing under the sun, you're done. You're dead. And people obviously not that kind and smart, and they're that open. So when you're just taking pictures randomly on the street with people, sometimes they could just scream at you, tell you something bad, or just, I don't know, sometimes touch your camera. Literally need to be conscious, and you need to know that, okay, if somebody doesn't like it or that's your fault, not his fault, and you just be very careful with those people. And I was working like that, and also another thing is we were carrying those biggest suitcase, like a box with wheels on it, so we can actually carry all of that camera, printer, computer, all the paint for the printer and all the stuff and the paper in that, and we were carrying it from the one point to another, and it was really hard. That box would weigh like 50 to 100 kilos. I mean, it's really hard job, and I just stopped working for some point. Again, it wasn't really real money, like big money, because it was kind of more volunteering than actual job, but still I had an experience. I met some homeless people who was bringing me free Coke Zero from KFC, and I was talking to them just during the time, and they would make me laugh, and I don't know, I just met so many random people. And turns out my roommate with who I was staying at Kamin, she met me also on the street, and I was taking a picture of her. I just don't remember that. And she recently was like, Yeva, I just realized, how do I know you? We actually met on your job. And I'm like, wait, what? And I can't even remember, because during the day it was like thousands of people. You're taking a picture of 100 of them, and only like dozens of them taking actual papers and give you money, which is sad but kind of fair. let's just mention a bit more information about my birthday party, which was amazing. I couldn't even imagine that the party would go that good. I can tell next year it's gonna be suck because this year it turns out like wow. I couldn't even imagine that it would turn out that good. Last year it was suck. This year it was amazing, 100%. So what I did is my birthday was on Wednesday when I had 4 classes. So I finished all of the stuff at around 8, I guess. And after, turns out, because on Thursday at 1 p.m. we have live show, and Wednesday, in my birthday, I realized turns out my friend who was supposed to edit the interview, she didn't do that. And she said, Yeva, I don't know, or like something happened, she didn't know how, she couldn't figure how it works. So like she's like, Yeva, could you edit the interview, please? And I was editing the interview after the seminar. I mean, during the seminar, I would say so. And after I went back to dorms, I continued editing. And at night, we decided to go to karaoke, and we spent a lot of lovely time there. That's why. That's the real reason why we couldn't go on live show next day, Thursday. So I basically can tell that I did that editing for nothing. Yes, exactly. On weekends we came to seafood restaurant, which I was just, you know, planning to go like for months, because I saw it like around 3 months ago, and I was planning like I should go there, my birthday or not my birthday, just random day, I'm going to fucking restaurant. And I finally found some people, and I went there, and it was such an amazing time with my pretty gorgeous girls. I love them so much. And I went also to the bar with them, and we spent such a lovely time. I'm really grateful for these girls, and I took so many pictures, which I really love. And before the birthday, oh my god, I was planning my birthday like for a month, I swear to god. The whole November, I don't care about assignments, I care about how I'm gonna look on my birthday, because my birthday at the beginning of December, and I'm like, okay, dress. So I was looking for a dress for like a week. I got a dress, which is gorgeous, I love it so much. Also, I ordered some like earrings, and I ordered some ties. And in my boots, this and that, and flowers. I got some flowers, so I was so excited about it. It was so nice, and yeah, the food was so good, but so expensive. It actually was like the biggest bill from the restaurant in my entire life, which I cannot even. I mean, there were a lot of people this year. I also went with volunteering a few times during summer, and I met some people there as well. Can tell that you never know. Sometimes you so much sure about some people, they are good people and they have like good personalities, but turns out they don't. So like, why would I spend time with them? So my advice for me in the future, and for you, I guess, if you want, you just take your time with choosing people. If you feel comfortable with them, if you feel like you in your plate, just go for it. Don't judge them too much, because they're literally people, they don't have like enough experience, or if they do, be careful with those who do and they do the same mistake. That's not good. Try to care of people who actually caring a lot of you. Sometimes you just don't realize that some people putting a lot of effort to do some stuff for you, and you just don't do anything. But actually, you don't have to do anything if you don't feel like it. Recently, I realized, for me, okay, a little story. I'm the kind of person who's still learning how to accept gifts, how to accept money, or how to accept something from people itself. So while you meet people who are actually caring about you and, for example, spend money on you, right now, for me, it's super hard to understand that they do it just because they want to do it. And they don't wait for anything back, for example. It's still hard to accept for myself. I cannot, because, let me tell you a story again. Literally, it happened 2 days ago. I was ordering some gift for my mom, and I was asking to one guy, like, do you know where I can find this or that, like which market? And he were helping me with this. He found the site where I can order it online. 2 days later, I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna order it because I couldn't find any other opportunities somewhere on site. When he said, I already ordered it for you. And I got, okay, why don't you tell me anything? But whatever. And when we met and he gave me that thing which he ordered, I'm like, okay, give me the Revolut where I can send you the money. And he was saying like, yeah, but don't worry about it. It's just money, please. That's okay. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I don't feel okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for me, wait. And this person wouldn't give me the Revolut until a few hours later. I just got so angry. And we like left each other. He went to somewhere and I went home. And I was literally texting him like, give me your Revolut. Son of a bitch. Give me, because I don't feel like it's mine. I don't feel like I'm complete. I don't feel like I'm giving the present to my mom. I feel like you giving the present to my mom. Literally. And I was pushing him so much. I'm like, I can't. I'm not gonna able to talk to you after that. Okay, you said don't worry about money, whatever, but for me it's important. And you just, no, it doesn't work like that. Just give me the Revolut. After which he sent me his link and I sent him the money. And I felt so angry. I felt so pissed. I was like, how didn't you just give me the Revolut? Why would we have that conversation which became bigger and bigger and make me more angry for like all the time? Why wouldn't you just, that's it. Because for me, if you do something nice for me and we are friends, and or like not friends, maybe something, whatever, I understand. Because I literally like, we're exchanging the energy. I can do something good for you, you can do something good for me. But when it's something related, for example, to my family, which you have no idea who they are, if you want to meet them, of course you can buy the present. But when I'm preparing something and it's something important for me, it's something like, I wouldn't like this behavior. Like, it's weird. Be careful with that. Like, nice people sometimes make nice move, but these nice moves sometimes can be harmful. I don't know. Maybe just because I live among different cultures, where in some cultures it's like okay to do like that and some no. And you just, what the fuck? I wasn't grown up like that. What do I think about this year? I would rate it 9 out of 10 because even though I've been going through harsh times, through all of those movings, through all of those bad and good people, I still enjoy this year more than I enjoyed last year. Like 2022, 2023, it was insane. So 2024, I like the number. I feel like 2025, it's supposed to be even better, much better than this one. Hopefully. I hope very much. But if not, I'm really grateful for this year. It was a lot of changes. I feel like I actually grew up a bit, even though I'm 20. I'm developing. I'm on this way to go, no matter what, and just fight for my future and for my success, for my whatever I want. Or hopefully just be alive, because our latest news shows that, you know, can happen literally anything in this world. So just living and enjoying the life until we, okay, I'm not gonna finish the sentence. Just enjoying the life so far, because so far you can do that. Last question I wrote, have I done everything I wanted? I pretty much done most of the stuff. Still don't have a job, still don't have a boyfriend, but I traveled a lot, I found friends, and I'm recording video for the YouTube, which I really wanted to start all over again. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll enjoy it, even though it's about my life and I'm being so selfish bitch, but you know, that's my channel and I just enjoy doing those silly videos when I'm talking in front of myself. I wish you guys that all of the goals you're expecting to get, to achieve, you're gonna actually achieve it in the 2025 for sure. And for those people who in the hard position or going through harsh life period, I wish you to finally finish it and end up it and start living a really fulfilled and happy life. And I wish you guys to find the right people for yourself. And if you don't feel like you in the right place and you actually like usually having that feeling, if something wrong, you just leave. You don't be scared of it. If you're not the main character in your movie, change the movie. I wish you all the best and hopefully I'll see you next year. And I love you all. And I love this cup so much. Probably gonna steal it from my friend. And my favorite song is Die With A Smile. Even though it's been a few months and like since it came up, I love this song so bad. That's my favorite. Let me play the song. Wait. I'm alone again and the floor now. I don't know what a future. 'Cause I'm afraid of everything. You know what I want in 2025? Finally write another song. This is actually my song. And this picture, this is me and my sister when I was 12 and my sister was young as well. Oh my god, I wish I could write something new and actually record it at the studio. It would be so nice. Okay guys, bye.